welcome to this edition of Buncombe Life. Welcome to 2010. Here we are in our brand new year. We're out here in Pack Square Park on a beautiful winter day and here to tell you about what's going on in Buncombe County coming up this year. But before we get into that, we want to tease you a little bit. Look behind us. We talked about this last year. It was a project that Buncombe County had taken on to replace all the windows in the Buncombe County Courthouse. They're green. If you didn't notice, they used to be beige. Now they're green. It costs over $1 million to replace these windows, but the county hopes to reclaim all that money within the next 10 years to recoup all that savings from energy savings. That's a hint. That's what we're going to be talking about in 2010, being green and Buncombe green. We're really proud of these windows, though. It was a great project for the county, and I'm really surprised about how good they look. I never would have guessed that green windows would look good in that courthouse, but they do. If you get a chance to come out and see them. If you want to read more about this project, you can go to buncombecounty.org/green. We can tell you all about the Windows project and a lot more things that are going on in Buncombe County this year in 2010 about being green. Another thing I want to tell you about is this park. If you haven't been out here, you need to come check it out, especially as we move into the spring. It really is beautiful. That's another teaser. We'll be back in a few months to come to tell you all about it. We'll get the folks back out here that made it possible, and they'll be here to tell you what it meant for it all to come together and what the final costs were. But that's coming up. One more thing before we move to our next segment of this edition of Buncombe Life and about being green. If you watched our show last month, I know you heard about Waste Pro, the new garbage hauler for Buncombe County. They're now here, they're now operating, and they sent word through us that they want you to know something about recycling in the county. If you want to recycle in Buncombe County and you haven't been, then they want you to know you need to put your recyclables in blue bags, set them out with your regular garbage, and they will be picked up separately from your garbage. If you have been recycling and you've been putting those blue bags in your garbage can, they ask for you, please don't do that. What's happening is that's getting tossed in with the garbage and it's not getting recycled. So please put your blue bags aside and your garbage in the can. Now, I know what you're thinking. We've got all kinds of animals, dogs and everything that might get into those blue bags and tear them up before the recycling truck can come by. That's when they ask that if you're interested in a recycling container, they can provide one for you, but you need to give them a call, and we'll put that information up on the screen so you can call them and get a recycling can, and just know that'll be picked up the same day with your garbage. And again, if you have any questions about Waste Pro or about your garbage or about recycling that they can help you with, please call the number on your screen. Got a good opportunity for you. Buncombe County is offering a photo contest. We're trying to get some pictures of things happening out and about in Buncombe County that have to do with recycling, reusing, reducing. That means exercising, hiking, picking up litter, recycling anything you're doing in Buncombe County. Send in your picture. Go to buncombecounty.org/green, send it in, and you could win a prize. The photo will become property of Buncombe County, but we may use it on the cover of our Buncombe Life magazine, on our website, and any of our publications, and we're going to send you something if we get to do that. So please, if you've got anything happening in Buncombe County, it's a good photo, high resolution, send it in to us. You might win. Welcome back. I'm now here up at Pack Library. I'm in the hallway between the garage and the library. You may hear some construction noise behind me because if you don't know, Pack Memorial Library is under construction and renovation already. Right now they're open for business, but pretty soon they're going to be closing. Why? They're doing a massive renovation. Every floor, children, all the way up, North Carolina collection, everything's new. They're changing out to be more efficient. They're changing all their heating and cooling, all their lighting, everything. They're updating this library. Believe it or not, this library is old. So they're doing this $3.1 million renovation. It's actually a good thing, but what we want you to know is pretty soon Pack Memorial Library is going to close for the public. They'll be closed probably, they're going to close within the next 18 months, and they're going to be closed, it could be as long as 6, 8, 9 months or longer. That's not a bad thing. We have 11 more branch libraries all across the county. All those will stay open, but downtown branch will close. While it's closed, you can go to any of those other branch libraries. When it opens again, it's going to be great. It's going to be bigger, more efficient, more effective, much better place for you to use, and it is a very heavily used library. We're going to show you some of the places, some of the things they're doing. Over on the other side of the library, they're putting in a new safety tower. That's new stairs, new bathrooms. The Lord Auditorium will remain. It will be better, bigger, greater. It's not going anywhere. The children's section will also be renovated. It'll be great. It's great things to look forward to, but we want you to know that pretty soon, when you come downtown, the library will be closed. So check our website, see what's going on. You want to learn more about this renovation? Pick up a copy of Buncombe Life. There's a whole section in there about the library renovation and what's going on. I mentioned a little bit earlier that 2010 is green, is Buncombe green. All year we're going to be talking about recycling, reducing, and reusing. And what does that mean? Come with me outside. We took advantage of the fact that Pack Library is going to be closing to plaster it with our green campaign. Tell you more about that. Follow me. Okay, we've come outside. We're in front of the library. I was talking about Buncombe green. Like I said, we took advantage of the fact that the library is getting ready to close to cover it with our green campaign. You're going to see this here. You'll see it on the buses. You'll see it in advertising. What I want to tell you is why we're doing that, why we've picked 2010 to talk about being green and what that means to the county. Everybody's not in the green thing, and we don't want to push you to do anything that you're uncomfortable with, but what we want you to understand is being green is more than just recycling and saving the planet. It's actually, if it saves you money, it saves you time, and it saves in the environment, that is a win-win for everybody. It wins for us, it wins for you, and it wins for the environment. And that's what Buncombe considers green. Saves you time, saves you money, saves the environment. If you can get 2 of those, then we're going to say that's green. Over the next year, we're going to tell you how you can do all those things. How you can save time with recycling, how you can reuse, save money, and what that does for the environment. We'll be visiting Waste Pro again. They're going to teach us about how they want you to recycle. We're going to see their new offices, go to their open house. In the next few months, we'll be back out at Kirby, look at their new equipment and how they handle recycling. We're also going to give you some hints about how to reduce your weight, how to reduce your clutter in your house. That's all green. So in 2010, look forward to how we're going to show you as your county how you can save money, save time, and save the environment. So look for the big B. Anytime you see that, that's a hint for you that that's something that we consider green. So, and keeping with that, stay tuned next when we visit the Buncombe Detention Center and how they've begun to recycle and get a lot of the stuff out of the waste stream there at the detention center. So stay tuned.
You may know one of the biggest drug dealers in our community.
This drug dealer is supplying prescription medicine to the kids in our local schools.
1 in 5 teens have experienced prescription drugs. These drugs are the prescription medicine that's in everyone's home.
It can be medicine for pain relief, depression, muscle relaxers, allergies, or simply cough and cold medicines. Please be responsible for your prescription medicines.
And help keep them out of our schools.
Hey Dad, I know bird flu is quite rare in humans, but could that change if the virus changes?
Need some answers? Find them at pandemicflu.gov. A message from HHS.
Welcome back. I told you we were going somewhere special, and I was not lying. We are in the new section of the Buncombe County Detention Center, and I'm here with Lieutenant Don Brillport.
Right.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. We've been through many locked doors, and we are now in one of the new section of the jail, like I said, one of the floors that there's nobody here with us right now.
That's correct.
That's right. We're here all by ourselves, which I'm glad, because it's kind of a scary place. I shouldn't be scared. Don tells me I should not be scared, but it is kind of creepy. But it's really clean and it's very nice. But we're not here to talk about jail or inmates or anything like that. We're here to talk about a special program that you guys are doing. And because you've already heard me say Buncombe green, we're getting green, we're going to recycle, and we want you to do this at home, we thought you needed to know one of the things that we're doing here in the county, and that with all the many things y'all have to worry about and the inmates to watch and all this to do, you're still recycling. Tell me about this new kind of program that you guys have put together.
Well, we kind of went out on our own and purchased a number of 20-gallon cans, regular trash cans. We've identified them with recycle stickers. We have put them in every housing unit in the facility. And how many housing units do we have now? We have 12 total, plus we have 2 over in the annex building. Okay. So that's 14. But we have also put them in CDE, magistrate's office, medical, any place where the officers have snacks and availability to soft drinks. We put them. I think we've got like a total of about 24 out. Wow. Recycling barrels. Yes. Yeah. And we're going to show the folks here the one we've got actually on this floor, which is a mimic of your other floors and where the inmates are. And you're encouraging the inmates to recycle. And you were telling me about the red line. Tell me about that. Right. We our regular trash cans are out into the day room of each housing unit. Which is where we're sitting, standing, the day room. And the recycle container we have put behind what we call a red line, which is a red line around the podium where the officer stands. That way we can kind of watch what the inmates are putting. They're not the most diligent. Right. And we can kind of watch that they're only putting plastic items, and these would be soft drink bottles that they get from the commissary. Right. So we can kind of control it a little bit. Right. Right. So you're being safe, but encouraging them to take that plastic bottle and instead of throwing it into the trash, put it in recycling. Correct. And the magnitude of this program, I know you've just started it, but you were saying you could probably get like a bag, I think you were thinking a recycling can full from a place like this probably at least once a week. I would estimate the only thing that will go into these cans in the housing units would be the plastic soda bottles. There's no metal. There's no metal of any kind up in these housing units. Right. So I would think that probably a bag or maybe a bag and a half a week is probably will. But then when you multiply that times all those housing units, you're pulling 14. Out a lot of recycling. Right. And that's just the housing units. Now you were telling me what you're doing in the kitchen too now. Well, the kitchen has been recycling, especially their cans. They have a lot of the large cans that all the vegetables come in. Yeah. What they're doing is they cut after of course they're empty, they cut the bottom and top out, and then they can flatten them. And they're producing probably about 3-4 bags, large bags of the cans alone each day. Wow. So that along with plastic that they also get in, milk jugs and things of that nature. Yeah. That produces probably the biggest quantity at any one time comes from the kitchen. Yeah. And I think what I was impressed with, it makes sense that the kitchen would do it. That's our employees and they're doing that. But then to reach out into the inmate population and say, look, we need to recycle this out too. That's extra effort on your part. Well, it is, and we're certainly hoping it works. We don't have a lot of control as to whether they're going to work with us. But we put it here, and we're encouraging them to do it. So that's the best we can do at this time. And I just wanted our folks at home to hear about this program because it encourages me. If you guys think it's important enough to add that onto what you do, it's important to do. And it is. It is. It is. So we're going to get some shots of your magnitude of stuff that comes out, and we'll show the folks that. But in the kitchen, you said that they're getting these bags a day now. You were telling me about you could have contracted to have somebody come and carry all this off, and that was going to be another expense. And anytime it's an expense for you, it's expense somewhere along the line to the taxpayer. So what I thought was really neat is instead of doing that, y'all found a more economical way. Yes, we did. Yeah. Well, Kirby Company is the collection company for these recyclables. Right. They gave us an offer on what they would charge us to do the whole thing, put the receptacles in everywhere, a dumpster and everything.
Sure.
And we felt like we could do a little bit better job, which I think successfully we've done a lot better job.
Yeah.
We put our own cans out, and what we do is, as we accumulate down in the kitchen sally port, we have one of our officers, he's a part-time officer. He does a lot of work around here for us with using trustees.
Right.
He will load up a pickup truck that the department owns.
Yeah. Let's tell the folks what's a trustee.
Oh, a trustee is an inmate
Right.
that has been sentenced, but it's a minor, usually misdemeanors that we can use to.
And they can
workers.
get out and about, and do some work. So
Mm-hmm.
that's good. But I love that trustee. So he uses trustees.
Right. He uses trustees, loads up the truck. Generally, I think we're doing one, maybe 2 times a week to Kirby.
Okay.
We take all the bags over to Kirby and deposit them with them.
Right. And they're thrilled to get them.
Does not cost us anything if we take it over ourselves.
Right.
So our only expense here was the initial purchase of the trash cans and the bags we put in.
I just think that is a beautiful example of what I've been talking to you about this whole episode: recycling, reducing, and reusing. And you guys are just an epitome of that. You're doing that and all with this program, saving the folks money, and that's the other of the three things that we say. It has to save you money, has to save you time, has to save the environment. If you can get 2 of those, you've got a winning program, and you guys definitely have a program here.
Good, then.
You're doing great. You are doing great. So is there anything else you want us to know that's going on here in the detention center you're proud of? Doesn't even have to be about recycling. Just anything you're proud of.
We've got a pretty strict plan in place now for tobacco.
Oh.
So we have completely eliminated tobacco in our secure areas of the facility. Of course, no cigarette products, lighted products can be brought in at all, even down in our lobby area. And
how's that going over?
Well, we're still finding people that are coming into the front lobby smoking outside the doors.
Right.
So we have to tell them as nicely as possible that that's still county property and they cannot be smoking on it. We have had a lot of our officers that use smokeless tobacco.
Sure.
They can no longer do that either in the secured areas. So it'll take a little time, but it'll all smooth out.
But there again, it's more healthy. It's improving their health to do that. I know it's hard for them. It is a hard thing, but equal. The folks that come in and the officers that are here, you're treating them all the same. So that is a good thing.
Yes.
That's great. Well, thank you.
You bet.
Thank you for talking to us, and we'll keep you updated on this program as it moves along, and as they do this more, we'll come back and tell you how it's going.
Buncombe County Child Care Resource and Referral provides information on what to look for when choosing a child care program. We don't recommend any one program above another, but give families the tools needed to make an informed decision for themselves. Information is available on child care centers, family child care homes, after-school and summer programs that have star-rated licenses issued by the Division of Child Care Development. Information is also available on unregulated programs that include preschools, Mom's Morning Out programs, as well as some after-school and summer programs. Staff can provide referrals specific to your family's needs that include name and location of child care programs, ages a program serves, cost of care and hours of operation, adult-to-child ratio, and a checklist of quality indicators. For a list of facilities specific to your need, please call 250-6700 or visit our website at buncombecounty.org/childcare. Or for a one-on-one visit, come to our office at 59 Woodland Place in downtown Asheville.
Welcome back. We've escaped town now. We're out here at the landfill again. I'm here with Christie Smith, the bioreactor manager, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And we're going to tell you about some exciting things going on out here at the landfill that go on all the time. But we've had a lot of questions about certain programs. We're going to talk about several things today. But we're going to start with, we're standing in front of building number
5. Yep.
And we've had a lot of questions about e-waste. We get a lot of calls in our office. I don't know if you guys get calls. You probably do. I'm sure you do.
Oh, yeah.
About what is e-waste? How do I get rid of it? What can I do? Can I set it out on my road? Will somebody pick it up? Or can I bring it? What's the answer to that, Christy?
Good question.
Yeah.
E-waste is short for electronic waste. So anything electronic is what e-waste stands for. That's your computers, your televisions, your stereos. We have an organ in here.
Yeah, they've got an organ in here.
We got that dropped off 2 weeks ago.
I would never have thought of that as e-waste.
No, but it's got electronic components in it, so that's why we recycle it.
Okay.
And a lot of e-waste has hazards in it, and that's why we keep it out of the landfill.
Right.
We're one of the few counties in North Carolina that keep televisions and electronics out of the landfill.
Really?
And we're actually one of the few that do it every single week for all our residents.
Oh.
So they can show up once a week and recycle those items.
Yeah, and you know, as we're going to the smaller TVs, I just walked past a big old bundle of TVs. They're huge. You know, we forget. You know, now the TVs are so small, and people want to get rid of the big ones. Like
Right.
I've got one at my house, a big one that needs to go. Then how do they do that? They just bring it out here. And tell me the procedure. So let's say that I've got some old computers, some old keyboards, some old TVs, electronic things. I just pile them in my car, and on a Friday, what do? I come out here.
Come to the landfill Fridays from 9 to 3, and we do have a limit because we're limited in space, so we take 3 televisions per resident for free every week.
Okay.
And then 3 computer systems, so that would be your keyboard, screen, and the brains of it. And from 9 to 3, you can show up, just bring your proof of residency, like your driver's license,
Okay.
and then we know that you're in the county, and we actually unload it for you. We have you stay in the vehicle for your safety, and we'll unload everything. And here in a little while, you'll see how we palletize those so they can get shipped out, so that we're not moving TVs one by one onto a shipping truck.
And I'm going to ask you more about that. So they just come in through the gate, and they tell them, come to Building 5. So they pull up here, beautiful facility, pull up here, pull in where we're standing right here, stay in their vehicle, and you guys unload the stuff for them. That is a deal.
That is a deal.
That is cool. But you have to be from Buncombe County. So this is a perk for Buncombe County
It
citizens.
is, absolutely. And there are some places in town where you can take that stuff, like the Salvation Army. Best Buy has a program you can call Best Buy about. Goodwill, yep. But so some people don't want to make the drive out here, have those options, but most folks love that we're here every Friday and bring their televisions.
So once you guys get them, and we'll show what that looks like in there. You get them, and then you divide them out, and and here's our word, recycled.
Right.
So let's talk about that.
Okay, yeah. All the components are kind of separated out based on where they're going to go and how they're going to get processed.
Right.
All of your big televisions are put on a pallet, and so they're shipped out. The computer monitors and computer brains are put into big boxes with all the other electronics, so that the sorting facility can kind of go through those and figure out. They have a hierarchy at the sorting facility where we ship to. They
And
reuse
that's not our
everything.
sorting facility.
Right.
Is you ship out to this facility.
Yeah, we have a contract with them. They accept all of our household hazardous waste materials, including the electronics.
Okay.
And from there, they'll reuse first. Anything that works, they will reuse. They put it back into public schools, small colleges, people who don't have a lot of budgets. And then from there, they recycle 98% of all the components that we ship to them.
Oh, wonderful. Because there were some flat screens in there that look like, oh no,
Brand
that
new.
should go. That,
Yeah.
that looks brand new. So they could really take that and reuse
Yeah,
it. There's another word, reuse.
Yeah, and that is the hierarchy of reduce, reuse, recycle. So
That's
we try to follow that.
That's right. And this is a perfect example of that right here. So it's easy for the citizens. They just come out here, drop their stuff off, and then you guys have somebody come and pick it up, and they take it and return it, or reuse it, reduce the landfill, reuse it, and then recycle it where they can.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Win-win, absolutely.
right.
And all the parts of the TVs are recyclable. The hazard of the TVs is the leaded glass.
Right.
So that's actually why we don't landfill those things. We don't want that lead in the landfill in our leachate. So they actually will take the glass separate from everything else and crush that, and it's made into more glass, leaded glass, for more TVs. So it's kind of a never-ending process.
So cool.
Yeah.
That is so neat. So e-waste is really, in a way, can be categorized as hazardous waste, because y'all have a hazardous waste pickup program too, and that's like oil and paint and stuff like that.
Right. Paint, pesticides, oils, typical household cleaners that might have a little bit of ammonia in them or things like that that are kind of hazardous.
So you can bring that stuff out here too,
Absolutely.
not on Fridays, but...
Yeah, Fridays.
Is it Fridays?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, cool.
We'll
So
handle
you
your
can bring it
TVs
at
and
the
all
same
your...
time?
Yes, we're
That's even
trying to
better.
be convenient here.
Oh, that's good. So it's always on Fridays too. You can bring your oil. Now oil is a deal because we changed the oils in our cars the other day and I was like, what are we going to do with that? It was a question. I said, I think you can take that to the landfill, but I actually had to look it up too.
You can bring that every day at the landfill. We have that down at the recycling facility, so every day of the week you can bring that, other than Sunday.
Oh, cool! So that is really good.
Yeah.
Well, now another thing I don't want to miss, because you guys are getting an award from Walmart. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we participated with Walmart. Walmart had heard about our TV and electronic recycling,
Right.
and thought that we would be a great partner for them since we're already doing it, and they had heard about our program and were impressed with what we did, and called to see if we would partner with them on an event. So one Saturday last year, I think it was in September, we were at the Arden Walmart. We tried to tell everybody in the county, come on out, bring your stuff. There's no limit, there's no charge.
Right.
So we had a heck of a turnout. We had a semi-truck trailer full of TVs and electronics,
Wow.
a small box truck, and a passenger truck with everybody's stuff that showed up. So Walmart considered it a huge success. We did as well. They called me a couple days ago and said, we want to present Buncombe County Solid Waste with a $3,000 check to thank you for your participation. So they will be presenting that to us today.
Well, now what are you going to do with that $3,000?
It'll probably go back into the operations of this facility. You know, this facility to operate is certainly not cheap.
Right.
We offer all these services for free to the county residents, but it certainly isn't free for us. So that'll help keep the operation going.
Right, but it saves space in the landfill. It gets the hazardous stuff out of the landfill. It recycles and reuses, and it's good. It's Buncombe Green.
Absolutely.
Totally. This is the Buncombe Green program. Now, that's exciting. I just have one last question. Why would Walmart be interested in recycling TVs?
Well, North Carolina state law is coming up next year where computers and televisions are banned from landfills.
Right.
So they were kind of getting a jump start on that, and Walmart's been trying to expand their green portfolio as it is. So that kind of helped with their internal
So you hooked up with them. That was great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was great. We hope to do it next year. We're hoping they'll do it again next year.
Well, we'll keep an eye out. We'll let you know if that gets to happen.
We will.
Anything else exciting going on out here you want us to know about?
There's always something exciting going on at the landfill. You never know
right.
from day to day what we're going to be into.
Right.
There's a couple things we could talk about along with recycling, our metals recycling. You know, we take everybody's appliances and white goods for recycling. And we've talked before about all the recycling we do here. So,
have you seen any change in the bottle ban and the stuff pulling out of the waste stream out on the landfill? Are they seeing a reduced amount of that at all?
It seems to. We'll know a little better when we do our annual report in the next few months. We'll see how our tonnages have changed. We see definitely more people calling, wanting to know how to get involved.
Absolutely.
What do I do? What are my options? So that we know the word's out there and people are trying. So we'll be able to report hopefully in the next few months how much improvement we've seen.
All right, and we want to hear about that. We'll let the folks know. And we want to ask you at home if there's anything about recycling, reducing, reusing, anything they do out here at the landfill you want to know or anywhere else, please give us a call and let us know. We'll go search it out, we'll report on it, and we'll get it on the website so you can know it too. Thank you, Christy.
You're welcome.
This is always good to come out here.
Really good.
We hope you've enjoyed this program, and make sure you stay tuned next month when we look at the animal shelter, the old one, and we're going to give you a sneak peek of the brand new one. So stay tuned.